I got to go back and see Jackie Brown. I have not seen that since I saw it in the theaters, and I liked it in the theaters. It's just something, being in this business, it's just so crazy. Like, you're like, I got to watch that again, and then all of a sudden 25 years goes by, so I got to see that again.
That's a great one.
By the way, I've been continuing to watch amazing movies, trying to get some inspiration here in a different direction because I'm writing something right now. I watched Jackie Brown, which I'd only seen once. I saw it in the movie theater, and when I went to go see Jackie Brown in 97 or 98 when it came out, I was like most mouth-breathing morons. I went in there and I wanted to see Pulp Fiction Part 2. All right? But Tarantino's like, I already did that. I'm going to do something different. And then I went in there like, this isn't what I already saw. And had the nerve to be upset. And over the years, people are telling me, like, I think that's his best movie. I love Jackie Brown. So I was like, I got to go back and see this thing, okay? I was an idiot in the late 90s. Not like I'm not an idiot right now. And I went back and watched it. And now it might be my favorite Samuel Jackson performance. He was unbelievable in that movie. I would sit down and watch it again tonight. That's how much I enjoyed it. And Pam Grier was amazing. All of that shit she was doing when the feds first start talking to her in the parking garage. And the question she was asking and the look on her face as she knew like what to say, what not to say, and how she's got to play that whole thing, acting like she's helping out Sam Jackson, acting like she's helping out cops, but she's just helping herself out. It was amazing. And Robert De Niro playing that loser character. What's her face there? Bridget Fonda. And I realized she was actually laying on the couch watching one of her dad, Peter Fonda's movies. Incredible movie.
Yeah. Jackie Brown, I love that. I remember it came out Christmas Day, 97, and I remember it leading up to it because that was the first one. At that point, I had been obsessed with Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. So that was the first one that was an event, and it said, like, this Christmas, Santa's got a brand new bag, and it had the little bag of cat. I remember the trailer where she says, like, yeah. And then Bridget Fonda's like, why don't we just take it? What about this interesting thing that I noticed last night? I watched it last night for the 900th time. The opening sequence, I thought this, speaking of thematic things, is the opening scene, of course, which is mirroring The Graduate.
The Graduate, yeah.
So she's on the escalator, and the escalator's just pulling her through life. It's whatever background. She's not doing anything. She's just kind of following the escalator. And then later when she's walking in to finally take the money, it's the same shot, except she's power walking.
Yeah.
Where now she's finally taking some action. She's doing the moving.
Really?
She's doing the compelling. Great. Yes. It's very compelling. It's strange now I'm at an age where, like, she's like basically my wife's age. Well, my wife's 4 years older than I am. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and then the character's 2 years older than my wife is. So it is. There is a bigger difference. And then he's 56, which is interesting. So he's actually quite a bit older than her, Robert Forster. But I love the scene towards the end. We'll jump around a little bit because I took a bunch of notes because I was like, oh man, this is great and that's great. But I love, speaking of him being older and just done and whatever, the whole thing of, I love that he takes all the teeth out of Odell. Odell is supposed to be this like badass guy, and he shoots Chris Tucker, who obviously would be Kevin Hart if they made it now.
Yeah.
And he's this guy, he's supposed to be this badass guy and all these things. And in the end, he's like, anything you want to say to me before we go in there? And Robert Forster is just completely unfazed. Of course, he knows that they're all in there. He's completely lying to Odell. And he's just not nervous, completely unfazed, doesn't give a shit. And part of that is because he's been through it a million times. He's had way tougher people. He just goes to his house. He's like, you got a lot of balls coming here. He's like, I don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, and De Niro was above him at one point. But he went off to jail. So he's still trying to impress him. The De Niro character is amazing. I know. I love the little detail of the day of the robbery. De Niro has his hair done. Like, he's an old school professional. It's the only time you see him with his hair slicked back. He's got a fine tooth comb, and he's like, "Okay, we're going to rob. I'm going to put on my best shirt, and you comb your hair because I'm a professional." No, someone was just saying that De Niro hasn't been good since Casino, and I was like, "No, Jackie Brown came after, and he's amazing in Jackie Brown, and she's so hot, by the way." And I feel like I relate most to the De Niro character because he's still good. He's trying his best. And he, Odell Beckham, whatever his name is at the end, Odell Roby, at the end, he's like, you used to be beautiful, but he's like, he made the mistake he made feels like I can relate to it. He's like, I saw that guy. I kind of thought it was weird, but I didn't know what to do. I don't know. It's like, it's actually quite relatable in a way. I actually relate to that scene too. I actually get satisfaction from that murder where she's just, because it feels like she's basically a bully in that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've been in that feeling where I fucked up, I'm mad at myself, and somebody's just needling you. And I actually find it, I know it sounds psychotic, but I actually find it satisfying when he pulls out the gun and he's like, see, I feel that way all the time, not in a relationship, but with social media and club managers and all that stuff of like, how do you like that? Yeah, of course. I mean, and that's like so relatable that he's intimidated by her and he's intimidated to leave his job. I mean, like, he wants to retire and he just literally made a $50,000 payday. So he was obviously, it feels like he was set up to retire, and the fact that he's like, I just decided I'm going to retire. He gets $50,000 and now has this opportunity, and you can tell he's still not gonna. He's going to keep working. And in contrast, by the way, racially, the black woman is the one that wins. She's the winner, and everyone else is the loser.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so. There you go. I took some fun little notes that I thought were interesting.
Yeah.
One that I never noticed before, maybe I should have, is when he's first sitting at, or the second time Odell's visiting Max Cherry, and he asks her name, and he says Brown, Jackie Brown, which he says it like Bond, James Bond, and he's a bail bondsman. So that's fun.
Oh.
I mean, certainly, if you say Brown, Jackie Brown, same initials also.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it feels like you can't not know that you're doing Bond, James Bond, Brown, Jackie Brown. I don't know that he purposely was like, and it's a bail bondsman, James Bond. That might have just been. Yeah. Well, this one I thought was interesting too last night that I noticed is he says at the beginning, the first time he visited Max, he says, where can I put my ash? And he said, you can use that cup. And he does a mug in the cup. And then when Jackie Brown is sitting at his desk later in the movie, there's an ashtray sitting there. So at some point he went out and got an ashtray. And there's a second thing like that. He comes out of the bathroom. Max comes out of the bathroom, and Odell says, I didn't hear you. He says, which is from Jurassic Park, which he's in that scene with Newman. Yeah, exactly. So now it's his turn. But also he says, I didn't hear you wash your hands. And later in the movie, Jackie's waiting at the end of the movie. Jackie's there, and he comes out, and he's just washed his hands. He's like wringing his hands. So Odell is having quite an effect on it. He went out and bought an ashtray, and he started washing his hands. So Odell has, but it's interesting because he's having a little effect on him in that he's going to wash his hands and buys an ashtray. But when he's like, are you sure you don't want to tell me what's happening in there? He's not affected by that. Like the death stuff, he's not affected by. Right. But the little things, and Odell is a cool black guy, and he's trying to get Jackie Brown. So maybe he's subtly taking in this advice from the cool black guy. Yeah, he's trying to impress Jackie, so he's like, this could be a way. But also, Michael J. Fox is amazing in that. Michael J. Fox is amazing in that movie. My one complaint is about his like crackhead girl. She's a little much in the scene where she's like doing like wacky shit. She's like, oh, okay. Like it's a little like, all right. I don't know. I love the character. I love when they're out to eat. I love all those details. Yeah. I love the sunglasses and the way he finds the cocaine is great. And he's like, what's this? I think the whole thing is executed so well. I think he's so good. Yeah. Well, to me, that's interesting. He's just classic cop. He's got the sunglasses, the leather coat, and he's talking like this. He's chewing the gum. He's like, I don't know. I think he's cop. That's his thing. I guess. What do you want, Batman? Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'm still torn on Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown. I mean, like, again, it's very difficult. Ultimately, because here's how I look at it. Like, if I could only watch one of these movies again in my life, it would be Pulp Fiction.
I'm kidding.
So it's funner. I mean, it's like someone that likes fucking I can't think of two bands without fucking starting a debate. I understand that. I'm just saying you're not an idiot if you like this movie, because even you agree that this one's more fun. So a lot of people like funner movies more than unfun movies. Most people like fucking Dumb and Dumber more than they like Citizen Kane. I think Dumb and Dumber is better than Citizen Kane. But I agree. But that's why I think there's and I've had this discussion a lot of places and a lot of times. Like there's a discussion of great movies and favorite movies. Pulp Fiction is more fun. I mean, it's just more fun. There's no question about it. I mean, there's more death, there's more jokes, there's more violence. The music's better.
Brown. Yeah.
I guess so. It's tricky. I guess for this we got to wrap up here. So I'm going to say This is a tie. My favorite and best is I'm tied. Jackie Brown and Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs is number 3.